happening? How do we do this? Rotating device. Oh yeah, dude, we'll put it in the holder. I don't know how to make it work. We're gonna crash. Oh shit.
Here,
Boom.
turn it this way.
Oh, wants it like that?
Better this way.
High.
Point it more towards me.
There we go. Whoa, someone's already watching. That's crazy. I don't know how these things work. Oh my god, piece. I wonder who it was.
Here, put it
Put it where?
put it in this.
Oh shit, okay.
Stick it in one of those.
We're gonna drive. Oh, someone comment. Oh, someone gave it a like. Dope. How does this shit work? It needs this part.
Oh, that came off?
I guess it did. There we go. Tie. Whoa, 2 people are watching. Crazy. So we're going to the Salton
we're gonna get
Sea.
some people.
I'm just trying to make sure. Oh, dude. Hey, what's up, B squared? Oh, Ty. Thanks. You're the man. All right. I think we're a little bit more set up now. We're going to the Salton Sea, and it's pretty. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that. The stream got interrupted. Like a spot where there's no. What do they call that stuff? Connection. There you go.
Connectivity.
That's the word I'm looking for. And now I can't get this in for some reason.
Go up. There we go, like that.
Boom. They're back. Tight. And I imagine they're like probably from your channel.
Maybe.
Trying to figure this out. Is it in? Yeah, it's in. Tight.
And then you can cut.
What's the word?
What's the word, Mockingbird?
Oklahoma Community Watch.
Oklahoma Community Watch. What's up, brother? Oklahoma. He used to live in Santa Maria,
Oh,
but
Ty.
he lives in Oklahoma now.
Nice. I would be trying in Oklahoma.
Right.
That's how it is. Yeah, man, we're having connection issues. Even though I had like 4G service, we're not connecting stable for some reason. But has anyone ever actually been to the Salton Sea? I've never been.
Yeah, let us know.
He's hanging out with Parker again.
Parker Osmond? Yeah, I wish we were bringing
Show
Parker
them.
Osmond.
I wish we were bringing Parker. No, I'm not Parker Osmond.
Yeah.
Oh, he's hanging out with Parker. Ricardo's hanging out with Parker.
Oh, Ricardo. He's the one that always wants to see me naked. Ricardo
hey.
Luna. Yeah, he's the one that's always telling me to. He actually, one of the last times I did a live Q&A, he was hanging out with some friends at a gay bar in Palm Springs.
Nice.
And he got the bartender or whatnot to put my live feed up on like the monitors at the bar, and so everybody in the bar was watching.
Dude, yes.
You know, and
amazing.
I took my shirt off and I did a little
That's holding down your favorite YouTuber right there.
Yeah.
Putting people up in the bar.
So that was a lot of fun.
You have a new channel called Fry Bread Media.
Still singing that song to the tune of Dirty Diana. Dirty Diana. Ooh. Actually, speaking of that song and Michael Jackson, The Place in the Closet, which is from the Dangerous album, at the Salton Sea.
Boom.
So glad you brought that up. All right. So yeah, going on this little road trip with Brian Sumner. Brian, tell everybody about you, because maybe some people in here might not, be familiar with each other's channels and stuff.
That's I got a text from the homie back in Indiana. He was incarcerated out there on the back tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy was telling you about. Yeah.
Couple on Fresno.
Yeah, a long time ago. So I'm Brian. I ran HPL for Fresno for a long time, and then I got semi-retired, and now I'm moved out to Southern California, and I got married, and I'm going to school, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm trying to bring me out of retirement, and put an all-star team together, and do stuff.
Brian Sumner is truly a Cop Watch legend.
That's the rumor. But yeah, I did a lot of work with the website copblock.org, and Damo and I around the Midwest, filming the police back in 2016, I want to say, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 2016.
On the Mobile Accountability for Cops tour, and we ended up spending about a week in jail and doing some work, just fighting the stupid case over the vandalism. And yeah, you know, it was pretty dope. It was a fun time. The trip was cool. But yeah, after that, I kind of got retired, and I started retired from YouTubing and stuff like that. Started working with my wife on a vlog, but now we're both so busy that's kind of on pause too.
Attracted opposites.
Yeah, attracted opposites. Did some cool traveling stuff, went to Alcatraz and stuff. I'm so awkward on camera now.
You're never awkward on camera.
But yeah, it was cool. We're trying to get that back up and going. I started training jiu-jitsu out here in SoCal, and that's been a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm just a regular guy with a camera. I still film the police, but just privately now. I don't post my videos. And I really unless they're up to something really heinous, I'm pretty much just filming the police for myself now. If they're trying to mess with me, I sort of got over the guardian angel thing when I realized I was having problems inspiring more people. Fresno channel, I got a really great comment, and somebody was someone else was asking for me to come out of retirement. They were like, please, we need you now more than ever, you're so brave and stuff. And I was just thank you, but anyone can film the cops, it's not, I'm not special. You guys could do it if if no one's doing it, and there's you have a problem in your town, you can start doing it. And yeah, but every time I hang out with Nate, he's always trying to drag me out of retirement, trying to take me somewhere to film the cops or pull an audit off. And I'm never opposed to an adventure to the Salton Sea to make some content and get a good experience in. And that's what's so cool about Nate. He knows a lot about stuff. And we went to a Bob Seger concert a few months ago that we're actually editing a vlog about that for the channel. And I've just been slacking on it. But he just knows so much about so many different things, and that just hanging out with him is a learning experience in itself. So we've always clicked on that level ever since I filmed that police officer out in Pismo Beach.
Officer Souza.
Yeah, we ran, and then when I went out to hang out with Nate, we ran into that guy again, and he was up to the same old shit. Nothing changed, man. It was great. So the police are always a little, and then there's they gotta keep it clean on the homeless people. So they're always a little bit more hyper aggressive in in the trendy tourist areas. So when you head out there, you already kind of know what time it is. When it comes to law enforcement, I know in Pismo even the fire department carry guns, which is kind of
weird.
Which is kind of a trip, But they've all been deputized and can
make arrests.
Yeah, exactly, make arrests. I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that. But yeah, this is actually a channel I inherited from another cop blocker. It used to be called Toxic Cops. Some of you of the 5 might actually be a former subscriber to that channel, and he gave it up to me because he was doing some other stuff, and he was concerned that there would be a conflict with this channel and what he was getting into, and some stuff that his wife was getting into. And I won't go too much into detail to that, but yeah, I inherited this channel maybe a year and a half ago, and I never really did anything with it. I tried to keep it alive with the police content as best I could, but we started getting a lot of strikes, and I knew this was a valuable asset to have like a channel that wasn't damaged, by the YouTube's like reputation. What are the algorithms, where they can like, this video is not appropriate. Like, here's a channel strike. If you get more channel strikes, we'll take your channel away. And so I pulled the videos down, and I wanted to start like being a little more subversive with it, a little more artsy, and then just have more fun too. Like, sometimes it's not always fun to be out filming the police. It's kind of grindy. Sometimes you're just standing there watching some guy get a ticket for half an hour, and like, that's not always like, it's just not always motivating to be out there every night doing that, getting into that kind of stuff, making content. And so I want to be a little more subversive. I want to make some short films, like, talking about like, we can cover like everything from like police brutality to like, white supremacy, just like nationalism, the state, how to defend yourself. And I want to make like some funny stuff. I want to make it relatable and like, trendy, and less and less, what's the word I'm looking for here, like,
less political,
less fringe.
Yeah.
Fringe is the word. No, political is fine. You just less fringe, because when the farther you are to the fringes, the less and less people are going to relate. And so I want to take fringe material and I want to make it relatable to the liberals and to the conservatives and to the centrists. And so then they, without even really knowing, start adopting these like logical talking points, like from the anarchist perspectives about like the way that the people should interact with each other in the world and police and war and stuff like that, And instead of just like parroting these really arbitrary, just like state talking points about like why we should be in Iraq or Afghanistan or Yemen or Syria, or why Palestine is the way it is, or like why it's okay for like a few bad apples to exist and this, that, and the other,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. And like you can cover that a lot better and a lot more attractively to like moms and stuff, if you make it funny, if you make it a little bit less serious. What up, Arkansas?
Hey, howdy. How's it going?
Oh yeah, we jumped up to 7. I love the Salton Sea. Cool. We're gonna be there in like 90 minutes, and we're trying to meet this mayor of Bombay Beach.
Hunky Daddy.
Hunk Daddy, yeah. And he's not like really like the official mayor, but people like refer to him as the mayor of Bombay Beach.
Census designated.
Yeah. When Nate was telling me about this guy, he hella reminds me of this other guy. I can't remember his name, but he's from Mammoth, California. My buddy hiked the JMT, and he was telling me about this guy. When they walked into Mammoth, this like homeless transient dude was like, "Bro, I'm the mayor of Mammoth. I got you, man. We'll go right now, and I'll get you like showers and fresh clothes." And then the dude just like goes and breaks into a laundromat that has like showers in it for some reason. And then the police show up, and the week you can't do this stuff, and like they're just like all there, like after weeks on the trail, like all dirty and filthy, and like just like in shock, like what is going on? We thought we could be here.
Yeah.
But that guy was known as the mayor, like widely known as the mayor of Mammoth. And so anytime that somebody is brought up to me as a story as like the mayor of somewhere, I automatically just assume that they're probably gonna have some great like stories or a really interesting personality, or maybe just be straight up crazy. You never know.
He's Hungarian. He's from Hungary.
Oh, dude, let's go. I'm already interested. Got me sold. But yeah, I'll show you guys some of this landscape. It's a trip out here. I don't think I've ever actually driven.
We're on 79 now.
Yeah, down the 79.
Or no, we're on 67. We're headed to the 79.
Yeah, either way, bro. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been on this road, which is dope.
Neither am
I like to go new places and see new things, and meet new people, and hear new stories and perspectives.
I. Try new types of beer. And
Yeah, always, dude. Eat new food. That's one thing I've been trying to get into more, is like being more adventurous with the food I eat. there's always like checking out dope food. And I was actually kind of impressed by that because I would never even. I always just skip the vegetarian part of it.
Yeah, I'd die if I tried to be a vegetarian.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. I couldn't do it. I like to eat meat.
No way, I can do it.
I know people are probably like, oh, we gotta eat meat. I'm not like I know it's like kind of hypocritical to like eat meat and then be like I'm not into like industrial farming. But I recognize that shit's fucked up, man. And that the surpluses that they fucking you know, like they're like it's wrong, you know, the way that they operate that shit. But it's like it's hard, you know. It's a tough spot. We've already been so just like it's like hyper capitalism and like the way that agriculture is ran is like very it's like symbiotic now with like the American way, and so there's always that. So it's hard to overcome those. What are people saying? Hey, I thought Bob was legendary. Bob is legendary, man. What are you talking about?
Bob is a legendary voice in radio. Media Watch.
Peace from NorCal. What's up, NorCal? Love your sunglasses, Nasty. Dope. They're pretty fly. Hell yeah, these comments are cool. You guys are awesome. But yeah, we'll probably do more live streams. Just like with the random nature, traveling. I don't know, maybe like when I do jiu-jitsu competitions, I'll do a live stream of that. Or like if Nate and I ever do anything. I know I'm going up to LA pretty soon to hang out with Nate, so we might get into something. Who knows? If you guys have any suggestions, feel free. We'll do it. Or maybe do it. I don't want to make any promises because I'm a pretty unreliable person.
And when he says do it, we literally mean do it. We are dating, for the record, so.
I was going to be like, I'm married, but then I realized I wasn't wearing my wedding ring.
All right. You know, we just passed a street that's called Airmail Lane.
Nice.
What?
That's like,
hey, I just got a letter from Robert Hansen.
I seen a really great like meme earlier. It was the cover of the game Death Stranding. Can't exactly remember the title. And then it was like he was like the guy's like wearing a backpack and he's like walking through this like mountain range. And then it was like instead of saying Death Stranding, it just said like Amazon Prime.
Oh shit. And you know, just everybody, because I know a lot of people like really follow my Scientology stuff. Last night, I took Brian on his first Scientology audit. You know, what was that like for you, Brian?
Well, we've been to the Scientology building in like LA and stuff. But those things are that's always interesting. They're a weird religion, or whatever you want to call it.
Cult.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I don't really know much about Scientology other than like it's kind of weird, but it's definitely like a hostile kind of environment. They're not really into it when you show up with cameras. And I mean, I went to church like for like 18, 19 years, and nobody ever was like tripping on cameras at my church, so automatically like that's suspect to me, you know. It's like, what is your church? You guys like believe in aliens? Like, all right, bro, whatever, man. You guys have this bridge that you're on and like stuff. Like, it's like you'd almost think they would be like proud of it, you know what I mean? But instead they're like very secretive about it, and that's like, to me, that's the kind of the scary part, you know. Like, what's your secret, bro? Don't you want everyone to get like Scientology? Isn't that the point of our religion, you know, to like save the world or whatever they're into? Get everyone to believe in your God. So it trips me out, you know, because like Christians are like going to other countries. That guy just like died last year with like the bow and arrow tribe because he tried to like bring them Jesus. And so it's like it's a trip to me when this religion is like closed off to like people learning about them or like whatever, being interested, you know. And that's kind of how I feel about it.
And they claim to be the most ethical people on the planet. I mean, if they truly were the most ethical people on the planet, wouldn't they want to show people, you know, and promote themselves and say, hey, look it, we're the most ethical people on the planet, and this is why. Because of Scientology technology. Come inside. Let us show you what. You think they would want to show the world?
Alright, it's Salerno.
Salerno?
I was friends with that dude on Facebook for a while. I think I still probably am. I just haven't seen his content.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Salerno. Who else is in there?
Dude, a couple people. Hi from AZ. Oh no, just hi. Like, gotta walk my dog. I'll check you out later. Dope, man. Tell your dog I said what's up. You won't give them your cash. You're no good to them. Oh, that makes sense.
That's exactly right.
There's a jiu-jitsu spot right
You
here.
hit that right on the head. Where are we? What town are we in?
I have no idea, bro.
This is like a... Well, there's a they have a Denny's, so they're somewhat modern.
Is that the standard now? Just having a Denny's?
Yeah, if you're in the modern world, if your town has a Denny's.
I guess, yeah, they had a Denny's in a jiu-jitsu school. If you can operate a jiu-jitsu school in somewhere, then there's like, it's big enough to, you know, do that.
Oh, they had a Kmart.
Dang, I didn't even know Kmart was a thing.
They're going out. I thought they were already out of business, but I guess they're just like slowly but surely like closing stores. Anybody know anything about the situation with Kmart? I'm surprised Pink Camera. Let's see. Well, somebody asked something about Gold Base. Are you guys going to Gold Base? No,
We're going to the Salton Sea.
You're going to the Salton Sea. But I heard Scientology's opening up a big ideal org out there, so.
In the Salton Sea?
No, they're not.
Oh, I was like, what a weird place for them to spend money.
Yeah, because there is no money out there.
Yeah.
There's Hunky Daddy, though.
There is Hunky Daddy.
We're going to the Salton Sea, folks. And if you want to know, we keep bringing up Hunky Daddy. Go on Google and type in Hunky Daddy Salton Sea or Hunk Daddy Salton Sea.
Yeah.
And you'll see who we're going to be meeting here in about an hour and 39 minutes. Wow, the time is flying.
Well, I wonder what town this is.
I don't know.
Where are we?
Spirit of the Day Lutheran Church.
Okay.
Oh, they got a Lutheran Church. Hey. Oh, Stater Brothers. Holy shit.
I don't know what that is.
We're in the future now.
We're in the... Okay. What's a Stater Brothers?
You don't know,
Is it just like a grocery store?
It's a big grocery. It's
Oh, okay.
like you see a lot of them in LA.
It's like an Albertsons or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh, everyone's like excited about a Stater Brothers, but I don't know what that is. I'm not up to date on these trendy stores.
Yeah, Stater Brothers.
Oh, we're in Ramona. Okay, I know we're in Ramona.
Ramona, is this San Diego County still? Or have we crossed the county line yet?
I don't even know, bro. I don't ever go anywhere.
There's a post office. Hey.
A big one.
I wonder if anybody's on it.
But yeah, this is Ramona. It's kind of like a big farm town in the middle of the desert.
It's kind of spread out.
Farms. Yeah, it's like sprawly, kind of like Fresno.
Wow, they got a Chevron. Ooh, boy.
Dude, have you been to the massive Chevron, like in the desert in between like California and Vegas?
Oh no, isn't it in like Needles or somewhere like that?
Maybe it's like, yeah, maybe it's Needles. There's like it's like the world's largest Chevron, and there's like 100 gas pumps there for some reason.
Holy shit.
It's fucking huge, man.
That would be like...
I went there once on the way back from Vegas, right? And dude, they had like a life size, maybe even like 2x. Yeah, it was massive, bro, like Sasquatch. And
That's crazy.
Yeah, they have a Skittles dispenser, bro.
Whoa. Hey, look at that KFC. It's got the old bucket sign.
It does have
You
the
never
old
see that
bucket
anymore.
sign.
Like, look at that. That KFC has the old bucket sign.
I can't find it. Oh, it's blocking. Oh, it's over there somewhere. So someone had a comment about Stater Bros.
The heartland. I remember those commercials. The heartland of California.
The chain store has been reduced to 202 locations. Kmart, okay. 8 from 2005 to 2019. Kmart has a subsidiary of Sears Holdings Corporation and is now a subsidiary of Transform Holdco.
It's funny funny how all these companies now are owned by like this company owns this company and that company owns that company.
yeah, bro.
It's like, you know, who owns?
Dude, Walt Disney, like the Disney company owns like ESPN and like just like a bunch of other random stuff that you would never think that like Disney owned.
And that's like one of the things that like Michael Moore was talking about, and he was saying how, you know, because of that, like what you're just talking about, you're having fewer and fewer voices. Whoa. We went through a little like had a little bump in the road, folks. It's okay. We're all right.
I think it's back. It's good.
Yeah, it's back.
I don't know how to make this thing stay. Oh, cause dude, like it's like
That okay? This
what
goes in there and.
Oh, dude, no wonder I've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Just some technical difficulties. It's okay, everybody.
Are we like, what happened? How am I so big?
Go like this. Zoom out.
Go like this.
No.
Oh,
You don't
okay,
need to
figured it
rotate
out.
it.
Boom, got it.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You zoomed in again, so like zoom out.
Okay, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
Oh,
See-
shit,
see how
what's
it's a
up,
little bit more sturdy
Constitutional
now?
Kim? Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know how I was getting it to stay. No comments on being so big. What does that mean?
No comments? There's no comment there? He was like an old troll, but then come to find out, like I kind of got to know him a little bit.
No, that's from Derek.
Oh,
That's Derek Rivey saying no comments on being so big.
all right.
The Constitution said, "Nasty, my darling."
Oh, Kim, my darling. When are we going to do dinner and a movie?
Oh, dang.
We're doing pretty good on time.
Derek says he's gonna troll.
No. I wasn't talking about you, Derek. I was talking about there used to be a channel called No Comments that was a troll, and that's what I thought. I thought it was No Comments. It was like No Comments with a Z at the end.
Yeah, interesting. And he was a troll your channel?
He trolled a lot of the auditors, but then I actually started interacting with him on Discord. He like finally like came in and revealed himself, and he's this guy from Norway that follows all of our videos. And once I started kind of interacting with him, then he became like more like just kind of cool, and, you know. But yeah, his channel was No Comments with a Z at the end.
Huh. Sounds like a fun guy.
Oh yeah, he's a blast.
Sounds like a fun guy indeed.
And look at that old like it's totally like an old trailer park.
Oh, and then look at the mansion on the fucking hill.
Jeez.
That's how it works.
Dude, we are out in the
Nasty,
middle
we're
of
gonna
nowhere.
be in Las Vegas in the Bellagio, brother.
Who's that?
That's Ricardo Luma. Dude, I want to go to the Bellagio, man. Can I go?
I've been wanting to go out to Vegas. I
I want
haven't
to
been
get
out there in
invited
so
to the
long.
Bellagio.
I would love to go out to Vegas.
Yeah. Dude, for like $500,000 or something like that, you can press the button for the Bellagio fountains like as many times as you want, and you get like a fucking 20-gallon bottle of Ace of Spades, and they give you like a table in this restaurant. It's a trip. You guys can Google that if you want to know more. But you know, if I am ever so wealthy where I could spend $500,000 to do that, it'd have to be like after I like fed the world and like stuff like that. You know, I couldn't just be like $500 million to press this button, like guilt-free, like. But yeah, they'll let you press it like as much as you want, so you can make the fountain just go off continuously. But it takes like a ridiculous like amount of power to push those fountains.
What's your favorite hotel in Vegas?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
If you had to pick one.
I've stayed in a few hotels in Vegas, man. But oftentimes I stay off the strip, bro.
Let's see what the comments are.
Just last one said we're going to be the Bellagio. I mean, I think the Bellagio is a really beautiful building. I think the Aria is really nice as well. But I've never actually stayed like in either of those hotels. I've stayed at Caesars. Caesars is cool. Where else have I stayed?
I like the Mirage.
I don't think I've stayed at the Mirage Mirage. I played a poker tournament at the Mirage though. I was crushing it for like 4 levels. It was just like run good 4 levels. My stack was just going up, and then like 1 level I went bust. I was just like Queens versus Ace King all in pre, 2 flops, 3 aces. You know, just like great, dude. Just just really brutal suckouts. But it was like what I was doing to them. So whatever goes around comes around. But that's a really nice casino at the Mirage.
Yeah, I really like.
I really like that casino. And
the Aladdin. It's a nice one too.
Yeah, I can't I don't know much about like the clubs in Vegas. I don't really go out clubbing. But
Luxor, that's an interesting one.
I've stayed at the Luxor. I don't like the elevators in the Luxor because they go like slanted, because it's like a pyramid building.
Yeah.
And they're like, and I don't really like small spaces in general. So when you're in the elevator and it's like rattling, it feels all crazy. It could be really a trip to go like 20 or 30 floors in that.
I took the Nile River boat ride in the Luxor.
They have a Nile. I didn't even know they had a Nile River boat ride.
At least they did. This was in like the mid '90s when we went there on vacation, my family.
Word. No, now they have like a Titanic thing.
Oh, really?
And they have, I think, the bodies exhibit is in the Luxor, and they have like real ass human bodies, bro. You can like touch them and stuff. It's crazy, or something like that. I haven't seen it.
Like
but
mummified.
Maybe, but every time I go, like I want to see it. The next time I go to Vegas, man, I always tell myself this: when I go to Vegas, I'm gonna go to the sign graveyard, and then I never have time, or like something comes up, or I get stuck in a poker game.
Oh, the sign graveyard. That would be interesting.
Yeah, some foreigners came into the coffee shop. I think they were from Australia, but I don't know. There's a lot of different accents in the world, and they were like, "We're going to Vegas. We're gonna do our thing." And I was like, "You guys have been there before?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "Well, don't spend all your time at the tables because you'll just be doing yourself a disservice. There's a lot of dope shit to do in Vegas, and if you don't go do some of it, what's the point of going to Vegas?" But I went to the Mob Museum, and then you might as well just call it the Cop Museum, because it was just a museum to the cops from the 30s, 40s, trying to learn about criminal enterprises.
Scientology has a big ideal org in Vegas too.
I'm not surprised. It seems like a good place to get people to sign up. A lot of people are going to be on drugs and like drunk. Perfect place to take advantage of somebody. I mean, like every time I go to Vegas, I see suckers playing those shell games, man. And dude, they don't even like those guys trip me out because they'll like fight you. They know they're running a hustle. But I always talk shit to them, and they always get fucking flexy. But it's like, yo, if you do anything wrong, they'll be like right out for something. Like last time they were like on the bridge between like Caesars and shit. What's that spot on the right? Maybe it's just like a walk bridge. It might not even be like a casino. They're like dealing, and I sense what the hell like, just like this is a scam, And then one guy pops out of the crowd out of nowhere. He's like, "No, it ain't, dude. I won all this money." And I was just like, "Bro, this is some bullshit. Like, you're obviously the plant. You know what I mean? Like, you're the validator."
Yeah.
It was so funny. That I was cracking up, man. And then like one guy came out from behind the table and was like, "Oh, you gotta get out of here, bro. We can have problems." And I was just like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you're only like making yourself look worse."
Horse and trailer crossing ahead.
Oh shit.
That's when you know you're out in the country.
Definitely.
You see signs like that.
Right. But yeah, it's a trip.
So we left San Diego about an hour ago. Roughly. And I think we're still in San Diego County. We should be coming up on the Imperial County line pretty soon.
Oh, I left it behind. There we go. Camera a little bit, trying to make a better. Oh, that's a way better camera angle.
Yeah.
Genius.
All right. Stick of joy.
Stick of joy. What does that mean?
It means, well, what do you think? Stick of joy. All the girls want the guy with the stick of joy.
Many people now visit the Salton Sea and the surrounding settlements. Whoa, what are the actions? Get me out of here. Whoa. Yeah, they do. It's they call it like poverty tourism. That's really what it's called, man. It's kind of fucked up, bro. Where like rich people go look at poor people who live in unique locations.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it is, because it's really like one, or at least in California, it's like the last real frontier, you know, where it's like, you know, it's really just and what's interesting about the Salton Sea too is back in the 50s and the 60s, it was a big resort, you know, area. I mean, famous people, celebrities used it was like considered the Palm Springs by the water, you know. Celebrities used to go there, like Sonny and Cher, and you know, it was a resort. It was a big resort area. And now it's like this fucking modern day ghost town.
Right?
Isn't that trippy?
It is. You can buy like property there for like less than $4,000 and stuff.
Well, when Sonny Bono was still alive, you know, because he was really active in politics. You know, he used to be the mayor of Palm Springs, and he went into the House of Representatives, and he was really, and they talk about it in that documentary. He was really pushing to try to save the Salton Sea, because he knew how it was going to affect the people in the other cities, even, you know, further out, like Palm Springs and Indio, and you know, how it was going to affect them. And so he was really pushing to save it, but then he had an accident with a tree while skiing, so there went that.
That's gnarly.
Yeah, you remember when he died?
I don't remember shit.
Yeah, he died in 97.
Yeah, I was like 8, dude.
He was skiing, and he ran into a tree.
That's a pretty brutal way to go. Whoa, who's a rat snitch? We got some drama in the chat, bro.
Drama in the chat. Who's a rat snitch?
Yeah, bro. I see. Let's go. Let's scroll a little bit. Let's see what happens. So Whittier Watch says, Ricardo Luna, you would know a snitch.
Oh, hey, Whittier Watch.
And then Ricardo Money says, Wider Watch has a red. He's a red. He's a snitch. He's an informer for law enforcement. Damn, that's brutal.
Who's that?
Watch out for trees when you're skiing. Whittier Watch is a rat snitch. Word. Yo, Whittier Watch, what do you got to say to that, bro? These people are calling you out rat snitch, man. There's multiple people here.
I've met Whittier Watch before.
Oh, yeah? You think he's a rat, bro? He's gonna say, let's get the vouch. You think he's a solid dude?
I mean, he seemed cool to me, you know, when I met him. I mean, we audited together.
I mean, people sell drugs to cops, so, like, you know, cops can appear to be solid dudes. Ricardo and Ricardo are both troll accounts. All right, now we're getting somewhere. We have trolls and snitches in the chat. We've only been live for 40 minutes. This shit's getting wild. It's Jerry Springer.
Do we have any chomos in the chat? Any chomos or rapists in here?
I did have a couple of channel at one time, Adam. It was called Free Fresno. And I also operated a channel with a Damo Freeman called The Mac Tour in 2016 when we were touring around the Midwest. We had plans to go all the way from Ohio, like through Texas, around to California, and back up through to Ohio. Or maybe it was the other way around.
Didn't it start in Cincinnati?
Unofficially, yeah, it started in Cincinnati at the protest for Sam DeBose and Tamir Rice. Was he the child who was shot in the park by the police?
Wasn't Jordan Fresher? Didn't he got tased?
No, that wasn't Jordan Freshour who got tased, but yeah, dude got tased like right in front of me. You guys can see that video. It's on all my channels. Oh, this guy says he has paperwork on Whittier. Whoa, he's got the paperwork.
What, are we on a prison yard right now?
Oh, thanks, Adam. Yeah, I'm doing my thing, bro. I'm semi-retired, you know, like Nate always tries to pull me out of retirement, and I want to use the channel right here and the platform to make some more subversive and cool videos about what I'm passionate about, but less aggressive, so it has more chance of being like recepted by more people. Oh Shit News. Hell yeah, we got love for Oh Shit News. I don't even know what that is, but I like that name. Sounds like something I'd watch.
As a kid, do you ever remember seeing those bumper stickers on cars? It was a 1-800-EAT-SHIT.
Nuh-uh.
And I remember calling it before.
I have seen that bumper sticker before, though. What happens if you call 1-800-EAT-SHIT?
Well, this was years ago, but I remember we'd call it, me and my sister, and it would say, something like, "You've just reached Eat shit, or the party has just begun. And then it would want you to dial like a 1-900 number. Remember when?
Oh, you have to pay for 1-800 numbers. You have to pay for it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would
that's
give you a
dope.
1-800 number to get you to call, and then it was like call 1-900.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, I got married and I started going to school and started training jiu-jitsu. Got a little busy. I still film the police, but I don't post it. And I primarily just be filming for myself, looking out, unless it's like something pretty heinous that I think needs to be addressed. But for the most part, like if you're getting a ticket, bro, I'm probably just gonna keep it moving. Like I'm busy, I'm tired, and sometimes the confrontations that you get into over simple stuff always aren't worth the what they can turn into. So, yeah, thank you. Hell yeah, we're gonna stay safe, man. We aren't getting into anything like too crazy. We're hoping to meet this dude, Hunk Daddy,
yeah.
the unofficial mayor of Bombay Beach, and we'll probably like check out the Salton Sea and see what we see. Hey, see what I did there? Hey, whoa, I'm saying sea a lot, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can make like a little mini documentary if that's what it turns into. We'll definitely make some kind of vlog in the future of the content that we produce with like the other cameras. So that'll be definitely dope. So stay tuned, stick around for that.
Maybe at the Imperial County Salton Sea Sheriff's Substation.
Man, I wonder what it'd be like being a cop in the Salton Sea. You have to just like know everybody, right? Like how you arresting somebody that you know.
Yeah.
And then you know everyone's business, dude. You know exactly what everyone's getting into, what drugs they're on, like who's cheating on their wife, who did what.
And I bet you that sheriff's substation it's probably just some tiny little rinky-dink substation, and I bet you it covers so much ground.
Well, I bet you it's like 5 cops or something max, and they like have to probably patrol the entire Salton Sea area,
which is huge.
Yeah, they probably just chill, bro. They probably make like 40 grand. They're probably like the richest dudes in town, like making like 40 grand a year or something. And they probably have a really easy job where they just drive around all day and they only respond to like the most heinous shit. So like if you're like drunk in public or something, they're probably just like, I ain't even dealing with it, bro. I just live in a large trailer park. You know what I mean? I don't even consider this public.
Yeah.
That's my mindset if I was a cop there, man, and you were just doing your life. Unless somebody called and said you were like hurting yourself and I could come and like help you.
Or hurting somebody else. Or
hurting somebody else or something, Unless it was like something that needed to be addressed, I would just let you live your life, bro. I got better things, bigger and better things to worry about than who's drunk and who isn't. But, that's me, dude. Not everyone thinks that way. I just think being a cop is a weird job in general. Because they say like they enforce the law, right? They don't make the law, they enforce the law. But every couple of years, we go from like Republican to Democrat to Republican to Democrat to Republican to Democrat. And like the Republican cops enforce the laws that the Democrats pass. And the Democrat cops pass the laws that the Republicans make. So they don't really have any particular allegiance to whoever makes the laws. They're just interested. They only care about mindlessly and violently supporting the laws. If there are, man, like it's okay. We're not like saying anything crazy. We're just talking opinions and just experiences and stuff. If there are like law enforcement officers in the chat or like potential informers, I guess that's okay. I mean, it's a little weird, but I think with 14,000 subscribers or 12,000 subscribers, it'd be a little bit asinine to think that there weren't a few people who subscribed that were in like law enforcement or some relatable field like ICE or Border Patrol or our informants and snitches. There's no it's once you get a large enough group of people, it's only a matter of time before somebody's a snitch or somebody's a cop.
Somebody does something.
You know what I mean? It's just inevitable. And then the larger the group grows, usually the softer the vetting process becomes. Probably definitely not going for a swim at them. But yeah, so then the softer the vetting process becomes. And then you don't have solid dudes or solid people in whatever little group you've started. And now, whenever somebody who's slipped through, like who's in, it fucks up, it makes everyone else look bad, you know? Like, a prime example of this is like the military when they invaded Iraq. They just started signing waivers for felons, and then you got dudes, like not solid dudes, joining the military. And you can read about all kinds of crazy stuff happening.
Did they really do that? Sign waivers for felons?
Yeah, bro, for sure. I knew a dude, I won't put any names out there, but I knew a dude who was a senior non-commissioned officer who was in our unit and had a felony.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, having a felony won't even prevent you from being... I mean, this dude was solid, though, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, like, this guy was a shitbag or anything. This guy was actually a really solid dude. And, you know, he was going to run your ass. He wasn't fucking around with it. His program was really solid, you know? And you would see it in his troops and stuff, too. So... But it was kind of weird. He hadn't promoted... He had been in his rank so long and not promoted that right in the middle of our deployment, they kicked him out of the military and sent him home. It was super weird, man. They just like chaptered him out for failure to progress or whatever. And because it was the end of the war, it was 2010, and we were just occupying space in Iraq. Like I was there when Operation Iraqi Freedom transitioned into Operation New Dawn, and Barack Obama said that combat operations in Iraq had ended, and then shortly after that a rocket hit our fob and killed a guy. You can read about this. His name's Brandon Mager, and he was the first casualty in Iraq after Barack Obama said combat operations had ended. But yeah, so we were just there hanging out, right, occupying space, and we got a truck right here, and so I guess they just figured like it was a prime time to take the platoon sergeant away from this from the platoon and send him out, tell him to pack his bags. Hey, thanks for the sub, Gage. You gotta stop. All right, John. Peace out, man.
Last night we ate some pizza, and that was better than sex.
But yeah, so I lost my train of thought. Oh, the being in Iraq. So yeah, it was a really strange thing. And then crazy. Yeah, check this crazy shit out. Before we were going to Iraq, right? There was like this unit that was being trained to work with the general, the post commander, the 2-star, and there was this staff sergeant there, and he was like a real hard ass man. He was just one of those guys that like smoke you for blinking too loud or something, you know, just like real. You set him off quick, short hair, triggers, and right as we get to Kuwait, I start realizing like, damn, that dude ain't around anymore. It's who was always getting on everybody, and so I wait, you know, I don't see anybody from that unit or from that platoon anymore at the time. So I wait till like we're all in Iraq and like chilling, and I run to this other medic who I knew from before, you know, we deployed, who was in that unit, and I was like, yo, what happened to so and so? And I don't remember the dude's name, that's why I say so and so. And he was like, bro, dude had a felony out of Korea, and CID picked him up in Kuwait and took him back to the States to charge him with a felony. And I guess he had done like a bunch of grimy shit before he changed stations out of like Korea, and came back to Fort Riley, and like he got sent to Fort Riley, and all that had caught up to him like right as he was like right as we were about to go to Iraq. And yeah, I remember that was really crazy. I remember like, damn, dude, that was when I started kind of realizing like, all right, people in the Army are grimy, you know, because I'd only been in the Army like a little over a year, including like basic training and AIT, plus wait time, man. People don't realize wait time in the military is a motherfucker. I got to reception battalion at Fort Sill, and I was just chilling there for a couple of weeks, you know, getting shots, doing all this stuff, waiting for a class to graduate so that they could clean the bay, and then we could occupy it for the next cycle. And so there's that. And then after basic was over, I went to Fort Sam for medic school, and I spent 4 or 5 weeks chilling in the reception battalion. And like reception battalion was dope. There was like all these formations throughout the day for accountability, right? But the only two formations that were actually like present and accounted for was the first and last one. So we were like off post. People were getting inked up. No, we're not there yet. Bring meth. I didn't bring any meth, bro. Yeah, so people were like getting inked up. Like I remember like the way we did it was we put our civilian clothes on because we had 2 sets of civilian clothes, and then we would put our PTs over it, like with the jacket, the full winter PTs, and then we would walk over to like the troop store, and then we would call a taxi. And when the taxi got there, we would just take off our PTs in the back of the taxi and put it in a backpack. And but yeah, man, went to the tattoo parlor a few times in reception battalion with other guys, other soldiers, because nobody was watching and we didn't really know what to do. We were like, or you fucking, that was where we were. I remember hiding under the bed till like it was over and like playing on my computer and shit, super soft. And after that, you think, here we go. All right, we're back. Nice. So this connection, you know, so like I was saying, I took leave and did hometown recruiting. So I was out before I went to my unit. I was out for like weeks, you know, just chilling at home, and yeah, stuff like that, you know. So by the time I got to my unit, I had been in the military like almost a year and hadn't even seen like my permanent station. And then like just a few months in Iraq with this other unit as a medic because they didn't have enough medics. Oh, the stream's back at him. Yeah, so like, you know, by the time I was done in Iraq, I spent 2 years in the military. Like half my service was over, and so I did, you know, for like 6 months. And so yeah, I was like half done with my shit by the time I got back. Crazy, man. I don't even know how I got on the topic of being in the military. Nuts, dude. Yeah.
11,000?
No.
Person here? Yeah. My dear Mr. Starla.
And then, you know.
How is Mr. Starla doing?
We got Dark Truth. He loves the Salton Sea. Tight. And, Joe from Cali, what up? You know, we got Paul Salerno. We got Sixth Estate,
Paul
Arizona.
Salerno, all right.
Yeah, me and Paul have been Facebook friends for years, man.
Yeah.
We got Derek Ravies.
Derek, all right.
5.
Seriously though, Bob is a legendary voice in radio. He did my hippopotamus lotion ad.
Nice. We got Oh Shit News, what up? And then we got the Whittier Watch.
Whittier Money.
He's calling Whittier Watch a rat. Obviously, like, it's hard to produce paperwork because they're just like in the comment stream, so you gotta take that for what it's worth.
You know, when I hear paperwork, I think like, are we on a prison yard? Are we on like a California state prison yard?
Yeah, but people know about paperwork, you know, who are like just like street kids and stuff, you know, like keeping shit tight and keeping their people in check. So you don't have like, if you know someone that maybe been to prison, or like if you grew up in like a neighborhood that has like you know, gangs in it or something, or you know, you might already be like schooled to what's up with like checking people's paperwork. And it's, you know, especially if you've been in trouble, you know, if you've been in any trouble before, you got to co-defend it. You know, so people, you don't have to be like on a prison yard to be talking. And paperwork might, you know, it's just like a kind of a common way of doing it. When I was in Indiana, dude, this guy came into Damo's pod, and one of the dudes in there was like, "That dude's a snitch. I got the paperwork." And as soon as the doors popped, the fool with the snitch guy was pressing the button, and that fool just right from the door just ran over to his cell, and it was on site. But San Diego, SU County, we're still in.
What is, you know, being that we're on the topic of like snitching and producing paperwork and prison yards and all that, why, I would just like to know why is Whittier Watch being called a snitch? I mean, I'm not taking sides. I just why is he being called a snitch?
Yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why it's being called a snitch.
Maybe
like
people chime
me.
in.
What about you, snitch? Hiding behind a screen name. That's real. Yeah, that's solid, dude. I mean, like, people know you. Anybody can say whatever they want behind a screen name, you know, that's true. And there's also, like, a difference between being, like, a snitch and a rat and shit. Like, if you tell on somebody, that ain't being a snitch all the time. It's not unanimously being a snitch. Like, some people are supposed to call the police and tell on people, you know? That's just kind of what's expected of them.
Like if you're a security guard.
Or like if you're like a mom, you know? Like that lady isn't like in the life. She's not committed to some like code of silence. She's just a fucking mom. You know, if you're just a dad, if you're just a regular ass dude. I don't snitch because I think that calling the police on somebody and putting their life in that element of danger isn't really ever worth the value of what I would. Like, I remember the last time I actually called the police, it took like 24, 27 hours for them to send the guy over. And then when he came over, he like wrote a couple of notes, and they called me back the next day and told me that I was the prime suspect in my apartment burglary. And I was just like, all right, man, you know, like, you guys obviously aren't doing shit. Like, thank you for your time. And so I hit up a couple of dudes I knew. It was kind of a tough neighborhood, you know. Yeah, anybody from Fresno is gonna know about like Bulldog Lane and like the Bulldog gangs.
I had some good
Little Sin City right behind the stadium.
I met some guys when I was in California's Happy Fun place that I knew who were Bulldogs, and they were actually pretty cool guys.
Yeah, for the most part, the Bulldogs are kind of decentralized too. There's like I'm not like trying to speak for the Bulldogs or anything, but what I know growing up in Fresno, there's like decentralized kind of sets of Bulldogs and stuff like that. So like they're not always like they're not always the same.
They don't roll with like Southside.
But while you were locked up, bro, did you ever roll with them? Or not roll with, but did you ever meet like anybody who was like a Fresneck?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were usually like Fresnecks were white boys.
Oh, definitely.
They were,
because they're a prison gang from Fresno. They don't really exist on the street as far as I know.
Well, I met this one guy.
They might. I don't know.
He was an older guy, not old like elderly, but like, you know, in his 50s, you know.
Sure.
And he was from Fresno, but you know, he was like me. He wasn't in the mix. He wasn't like, he didn't really. I mean, yeah, he was a white guy, but he wasn't like all up in the politics and all that. Well, he comes onto the yard, and this was at CMC, California Men's Hall West, which is like a super soft level 2. I mean, this is like, you know, there's like trees on the yard. I mean, it's yeah, I can go on and on about that. This is a place you want to go, you know. And but there was this, you know, there's always some guy who wants to act hard. Well, there was this guy from Fresno that came on the yard, and this other guy from Fresno that had already been there for a bit. He goes up to this guy that's like, you know, in his 50s, and he's like, "Oh, you're from Fresno? Oh, so you're a Fresneck?" And the guy's like, "Well, not really. I'm from Fresno, but I'm not." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not affiliated.
And the guy's like, "Yeah, well, you're from
Programming hella hard. Wow."
And the guy's like, "No, I'm not. I'm gonna do my program." And like, I mean, they never did nothing to him.
Sure.
They were trying to get him to like, "Because you're from Fresno," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm from Fresno, but I'm not. Like, I do my own thing."
Dude, that's funny.
Like, okay, all right, I changed my mind. I'm from San Francisco instead. So now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's funny, man. I mean, I guess they could prove it pretty easily where you're from. Yeah, that's pretty neat, man. Like, I'm trying to get them to work out and do their thing.
Yeah. And
Were they like doing like the full on like 88 like burpees and like like, doing the whole like white power stuff that like you hear
shit!
about?
This is our turn.
This is the turn. Learn to drive, bro.
Still like, so we're doing a little Dukes of Hazzard. Driving the Nissan generally.
Yeah, right.
Oh, this guy's gonna let me pass.
There's just 48 miles to the Salton Sea. Boom, we're getting close, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought we were doing a high five, and I like totally.
No, I was just thinking the guy for like pulling over, letting us pass him. But no, it's not on like CMC level 2 yard.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying there are some hard level 2 yards. I mean, just because it's level 2, I mean, doesn't
doesn't make it soft automatically.
You still have, I mean, a lot of those yards still have lifers. They still have people that have, you know, but not there. I remember seeing a guy doing that, like, one violation. excuse me, I did a violation at Vacaville, CMF,
Sure.
which is the prison is called California Medical Facility because it was designed to be a hospital prison.
Sure.
But they had like a small level 2 mainline, like workers. Like I worked on the kitchen sandwich crew. I made the lunches, you know. But the main bulk of the prison is a hospital prison. And so you got a lot of people, and they have a big mental health unit there. They have a big AIDS unit there. And so, anyways, I remember there was a guy who my neighbor was a black guy who was from Pittsburgh, not Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but Pittsburgh up in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And I remember, God, I'm gonna have to PC up just for talking about this in the live stream, but the guy gave me, he had some chips, like a big bag of Doritos, right? Because I don't know if he got it in a package or what, doesn't matter. But he gave, you know, the bag was open. He's like, hey, Nate, some chips. Now, I had seen other white guys do the same thing that I did. And well, I haven't even said what I did yet, but I was like, sure, yeah. Where's in the bag? Took some chips or whatnot, or put them in a bowl, right? Das, level 2 yard, saw me do that, and he went and told the guy that had the keys to the yard. And like I said, this was a small level 2 yard. This was, you know, at this hospital prison. You know, it was a work yard.
Trying to keep the race politics alive.
Yeah, and these, I mean, they didn't do nothing. They came over and talked to me, and I was just like, well, yeah, you know, I mean, I didn't sit there and say like, yeah, but I saw so and so do it too, because,
right, yeah,
you know, obviously I'm not gonna do that, but like, no, you know what time it is, and you know, you can't do that, blah 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 blah. And I remember this other dude like, oh, dude, trying to act hard at a hospital prison. Like, where are you gonna say you got those lightning bolts? See him at Vacaville.
Yeah, right.
You know, like
the medical facility.
Yeah, like Mo in the AIDS unit, like did. I mean, it's just, you know, I think really from what I saw, the guys that really were about something, that really didn't mess around, like if it came right down to it,
Sure.
didn't have to try to act hard.
Right,
They just
you already knew.
You know, they you know what I mean? But it was the ones that tried to, like, went out of their way to, like, make sure that everybody knew that, oh, they're a down wood. Those usually were the guys that would, like, if something did pop off, like if a race riot or something popped up, they would conveniently be in the chapel. Or conveniently be in the library, or like, oh, bro, I was taking a nap, you know, like I didn't see it.
Well, if it cracks off though, like you have to.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, they were the ones that would like conveniently like be, you know, place themselves in a position where they, you know, could have an excuse for not jumping in.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That's hella funny.
So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Anybody in here done any time? Anybody in the stream?
Yeah, I've never done any prison time. I've been to jail a few times though.
Who's done prison time or jail or prison time, and where have you been? Now we're talking like lockdown 23 and 1.
Yeah, right. Big hurt. It's hella funny. I've never even been to like any hard jails. Dude, there they go again with the snack. Damn, so Richard Money is saying he knocked out Whittier Watch in the past. Dude,
Really?
the snitch drama just gets more escalating and more escalating. Marriage, 25 years hard time. Oh, dude, that's funny, man. I know that's right.
Wait a minute, why are we now up to an hour and 29 minutes?
Probably just the speed limit, bro. It's like, it's 40 miles away, but the speed limit, you know?
Look at it, it's got that on it. What
Did
is
they
that?
miss a turn or something? We're still 40 miles away, like the sign said, bro.
What's that cloud thing mean with the, see how it's got that?
I don't know, bro. Maybe it means like there's no clouds. I don't know how to read the Google Maps.
Well, it's probably gonna go back down again, whatever. We're 43 miles, so.
practically there. It's kind of a trip out here in these deserts.
It is, like right in the middle of nowhere.
Damn, dude, the rock formations are hella cool. Dude, there's little rocks. This just reminds me of like pinnacles, kind of.
Hey, there's California's oldest rock. Let's take a selfie.
Yeah, right.
We just passed a sign that said, "Welcome to the Anza Borrego Desert."
State park. So this is a state park, apparently.
Yeah, like just some random house right out in the middle of nowhere. Look at that one up there. Can you imagine living out here? Like you have no neighbors.
It'd probably be pretty chill, man. No, we're reconnecting. We're back live. Boom. This is our road.
This is so beautiful. So to me, the desert's really fascinating. Not as fascinating as Merv, but